and welcome to today's speed build. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us, and if not, then welcome back. So today we are building in the world of Copperdale, and we are building our first autumnal build of the year. I am so excited. Okay, if you don't know, autumn is my favorite season, so I am like extraordinarily excited. Is that a word? I'm very excited is what I'm getting at here. And I don't think technically it is autumn yet, because I think September is still summer. In fact, in Scotland, we actually get a lot of really nice weather in September. Like, we get a lot of sun. But I feel like we're edging to October, and then it's pretty much Halloween, and like that's autumn. So I am super excited, and I'm just so excited to show you guys what I decided to build. So as I said, I'm building in Copperdale, and this is the like tiny little lot that we have. It's called Little Falls Nook, and it is adorable. It's surrounded by loads of plants and wildlife and forestry. It is just gorgeous. I love this lot, and I thought it was the perfect place for me to build a small autumnal home because it's like the perfect size. I didn't want to build anything too big because I actually had a family in mind, which I will get onto a little bit later. And also, I just wanted to build something that felt very cozy because, in my opinion, that is the best part about autumn, is feeling so cozy. I love like the crispy air, the like drinking tea and coffee all the time, and just, I mean, I drink them all the time anyway, but it hits you differently. In fact, I've actually been drinking this one. It's a tea. Well, it's called chai masala, and it is beautiful. It's a very sweet tea, but it's also like spicy. So it's a mixture of sweet, spicy. It's got like a bit of cinnamon in there. It is like perfect for autumn, I am telling you. But yeah, I'm so ready. My mum actually knitted me a Halloween blanket, and it's so cute. Like, it is the cutest thing ever. I'm probably gonna show it on one of my videos where I have face cam, because it is the cutest thing ever. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about this build. So as you can see, I went for this kind of like Tudor style home. It's kind of cottagey vibes. It looks very small, but honestly, it's a very decent size on the inside. Like, it worked out really nicely. We end up having 3 bedrooms, and that is because we have a family of 4. Now, this is not traditional mum, dad, 2 kids that I normally would do. We actually have a little bit of a different dynamic. So for this family, we have 2 grandparents, and this is actually their house. So they live here, like they own this house, and their daughter moved back in with them. Now I'm not sure why. I'm not sure like what all the little details are, but all I know is that the dad for the mum's son is not in the picture. There is a 9-year-old son, and yeah, he has been living with his mum. As I say, dad's not in the picture, and they ended up moving in with the gran and grandpa, which is the mum's parents. And yeah, I'm not too sure of the details. I'm not too sure like where the dad is. Maybe he just didn't want to be involved, like, or maybe, they separated a long time ago. I'm not too sure. But all I know is that the son is about 9 years old, so he's a little bit older. So, they've been separated for quite a while now. But yeah, they decided to move back in, and I think that it's such like a cute little dynamic. I think that the grandparents honestly love having their grandson. Like, I think that they're just so happy to have a younger person in the house. I think that they've kind of missed it, and it keeps them on their toes. It keeps them like excited, wanting to do things. I also imagined that they like to do a lot of activities with them, so I thought that was super sweet. I actually love incorporating like grandparents into my builds, and I normally do, but I normally have them like in amongst like a big family, or I'll have them like just on their own. So this was just something a little bit different, and I'm sorry that I don't have as much detail as I normally do. Normally I've got like a full story planned out, but I just knew like a few things that I definitely wanted to have within this storyline, and I didn't think too much deeper into it. So if you guys like have any suggestions and stuff, I'd love to hear it. I always say this, but you guys are so creative, so I would love to hear it. Now, you can see that the lighting has changed. That is because originally I actually wasn't building in the season of autumn. I didn't even like realize at first, and then I was like, wait, everything around me is green. Like, we've got green trees, green bushes. This is not gonna do. So I did change it to autumn, but the lighting became a little bit gloomy, so I do end up changing it in a little bit. I went into live mode and essentially just lived a day, because if you don't know, if like you go into live mode and then you start editing a house, it will, it will be the weather that it is at that point. So like even if you change the time of day, it's still going to be like the weather's going to stay the same. So in this situation, it was very cloudy, and so everything looks very dull. So I had to wait for it to get very sunny, if that makes sense. But yeah, we got there. I actually used to have a mod, and it would like skip time for you. I think I need to reinstall that because it is so good. You would just put in like the time of day that you want it to be, and then it would just change it. It was honestly a lifesaver. But anyway, we're doing some landscaping now. I really wanted this to feel, I wanted it to feel kind of minimal in a way. I don't know if minimal is the correct word, because I feel like some people will be like, that's still a lot of bushes and things. But I definitely didn't go as out there as I normally do. I think because it is just such a small build, I didn't want to be overtaking the space with too much and having it just feel a little bit too crowded. So yeah, I decided to just go for a little bit less than usual, but I really like how it turned out. I created this little pathway. Now I do end up fading it off a little bit at the end, because you can see there's just like a harsh like line between where the lot ends and where I had done the terrain paint. So I do end up changing that. I added this car. I feel like this is the grandpa's car, so he he uses this. I think he possibly works for maybe like a delivery company, or he does something to do with like shipments and delivering parcels, and I'm not too sure exactly what, but I was thinking maybe something to do with like some kind of like agriculture and things. But yeah, again, didn't think into it too much, but I thought that was pretty cool. He's not retired. He does have a job. I think that the Gran also has a job, but I think it's a part-time job. I think they might actually both be part-time. I had in mind, and the mum is full-time working, and the son is in primary school, of course. So yeah, it's very sweet. But yeah, I honestly had like so much fun with this build. Now, if you don't know, I was away for a little bit. I spoke about this in the last video, but I just had a lot of things going on and issues with the game, which thankfully, I'm gonna knock on wood right now, but thankfully I've not had any issues since, so I'm really happy about that. Like, I'm so glad. So I just wasn't like here for a little bit, so I've not done like a family home in a very long time, like just like a normal one where I can get very creative, where I can do my own thing and just have fun. And as I say, as soon as it got to September, I was like, okay, I'm allowed to upload the autumnal builds. Plus, like, other people are doing it, so I don't feel as guilty, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we have a lot of like very I don't want to keep using the word autumnal, but I can't think of any other way to explain it. Warm. We have a lot of warm tones, a lot of warm colours in this build. So I was trying to stick to like browns, oranges, and reds. There is also a bit of green as well, because I feel like green, like that kind of deep forest green, can come across as very autumnal. So I made sure to include that sometimes. But here's the back garden. Now, as you can tell, it is tiny. It's a tiny little garden. It's it's so small, but I wanted to make sure there was things to do. So we end up having little plant pots. We've also got a flower arranging table. There's some benches as well in case your Sims want to sit. And then I added like a family bench in case they want to have like a meal outside. Actually, that's something I didn't include. I didn't include a barbecue. I'm definitely going to add a barbecue and then upload this to the gallery. So I'll need to keep that in mind. Do you know, that's so weird because I feel like I always include a barbecue and it must have just like slipped my mind. But yeah, actually, I seen the in one of the new packs, I think it's the new expansion, which I spoke about last video because I was like, I'm in a mood with The Sims. I don't want to get it, but I seen that there's going to be slides, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, if there's going to be slides, I have always wanted slides in the games. Like we have swings, we have monkey bars. I've always felt like we need a slide. So I do think that's pretty cool. Like I would like to see that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if that's the right pack that I'm thinking of. I think that it is, but I'm like doubting myself now. But anyway, we've moved on to the inside of the house. So this, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you to see it. We're starting off with the kitchen, and this is, I think, my favorite room in the house. I love how it turned out. I decided to step a little bit out of my comfort zone and actually use red as a primary color in here. And I am so glad that I did, because I was very hesitant at first. I was like, I could be very safe, stick to my brown tones, stick to those kind of warmer neutral tones. But then I was like, I mean, we're doing an autumnal home, and I feel like I probably can incorporate yellow or orange in a way that's going to look really nice and really subtle. So I ended up finding I think it was the dishwasher, a very specific. The dishwasher was in this really nice red color, and I was like, that looks really good. And then I remembered that there's like a beautiful red tone fridge that we got with the Life and Death expansion, and I popped that in. Loved how it looked. Did the same with the cooker, did the same with possibly, the coffee machine. That was the first thing I put in. It was the coffee machine and then the dishwasher, and I was like, I could make this look really nice. But yeah, again, was very hesitant. I'm honestly so glad with how it turned out. I'm so happy with it. I think I'm gonna upload like maybe an extra short just to showcase this room, because I love how it turned out. I genuinely think it looks so cool. I definitely need to start getting more shorts up on the channel. I feel like it's something that I love to do. I really love uploading shorts. They're so fun. I genuinely have a lot of fun making them. Although I love like long form content, that's like my favorite. I really like short form content. I think it's so cute. And is cute the word? I was gonna say like so fun, and then I said cute, but whatever. I love watching other people's shorts. I think they're just like easy to watch. So yeah, I definitely need to get more out. I need to like remind myself, because yeah, I'm building literally all the time, so why not? But anyway, talking a little bit more about the build. So I just this room, sorry, just came together so nicely. The little hanging baskets, honestly, one of my favorite like newer items that we've gotten. It's so nice. It just works really well. And like most kitchens, I would say all kitchens I've done actually. It works in modern, it works in like traditional, it works, it looks so good. But yeah, here's me kind of replacing things and adding in different appliances and such. I'm just so glad with how everything turned out. So underneath the stove, yeah, the stove. The stove. Underneath the stove is a dishwasher, and then the oven is separate. And I know that's a bit weird, but I liked the way the dishwasher looked more than the way the oven looked. I don't know why. I think I just preferred the kind of counter look instead of the like black stove look. So yeah, you can always change that. Like if you're not really a fan, you can definitely change it. But yeah, just something that I thought looked pretty nice. Also, at this point in the speed build, I didn't have any of my mods installed, so you might notice me popping in like BBB bb.move objects, or you might notice me like not being able to place things, or things trying to delete because I didn't have like deletion protection. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I do end up installing it like later on in the video, and yeah, I don't even know if that was worth mentioning, but it's one of those things like people might be thinking, oh, why is that? So I'm just like, I may as well say it. But anyway, I think after this we move on to the living space. I honestly am really happy with how that turned out as well. Now in terms of floor plan and where everything is, I'm just going to talk through it a little bit. So we, as I was saying, have 3 bedrooms. Now, there's 4 Sims because the gran and granddad share a room. The mum has her own room, and then the son has his own room. Now, there's only 1 bedroom downstairs, and that is the son's bedroom. It was the smallest room, and I just thought it made sense to give it to him. It worked really nicely for a child's bedroom, and I don't know, I liked the idea of the mum having a double bed, so I decided to do the downstairs one since it was the smallest as the son's. I really like it. I think it ended up really sweet. I decorated it like kind of differently than my normal kids' bedrooms, so I was super happy with it. Then on the upstairs we have, of course, the mum and then the gran and granddad as well, and their rooms are pretty spacious, so they worked out a really nice size. We also have 2 bathrooms. There's one downstairs and there's one upstairs, and they are like very big, generous sizes. Like, I said this like ages ago. I was like, I need to stop doing like 2x3 bathrooms because it's like all I do. It's very repetitive, and I also felt like not only is it repetitive, it's just boring. Like, I don't mean like boring, but like not every house has the same shaped bathroom, and I felt like I was getting very comfortable with just keeping it that size and then just not bothering with it, because I really hate doing bathrooms. Okay, I know, I'm sorry guys. I struggle with them. I feel like they're hard to add personality to sometimes. So yeah, I did struggle a little bit, but I decided to make these ones a little bit bigger. So these end up being 3x3, so slightly bigger, but honestly it makes all the difference. And I really like it. I'm so happy with it. In fact, is it 3x4? No, I think it is 3x3. We won't get carried away. It's 3x3, but yeah. I think I might have cut out me doing them just because this video actually ended up being a little bit longer than I expected. So I hope you're comfy. I hope you're chilling. But yeah, it ended up being a little bit longer. I didn't realize that it was as long as it was. I thought this was going to be a nice little quick video, and then I went to edit it and I was like, oh, we've got quite a long video here. So, and that's even with me cutting like a lot of things out. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. By the way, we are like 20 minutes in, so I just wanted to say, if you are enjoying the video, please feel free to subscribe and like. It really helps me out, and I know a lot of people might watch but maybe aren't subscribed, so yeah, if you would like to, then feel free. It's completely free, and yeah, there's no obligation, you don't have to, but it would just help me out a lot. Also, if you have made it this far, let's comment a little autumn emoji, like the leaf emoji. You know, like the leaves emoji? I love that emoji. I feel like that's going to be in the title of this video. But yeah, I love that one. It's nice. Very fall. In fact, do you call it fall or do you call it autumn? I know that fall is more of like a American term. I don't know if autumn is a European term in general. Actually, now I don't know. I feel like there's probably a lot of places that say autumn and a lot of places that say fall. So I'm curious, where are you from and what do you call it? But yeah, we're doing the living room just now. So as you can see, I've added a desk area. We've also got like the normal seating zone with the TV. We've got like the cute little TV. I love that one. And then yeah, I just decorated the space with like some shelving. I wasn't really sure what else to put, and I also felt like these just looked pretty sweet. They just came together very nicely, and yeah, I was really happy with it. The desk, I love how it looks. It's very neat, very put together. I just like how that looks. I always love having a computer in builds. From experience with gameplay, I feel like it is very hard to play The Sims without a computer because it's so good for getting like their fun up. It's really good for like if you want to find a job. I know you can do it on your phone now actually, but it used to be a computer. Before we got like the little phone at the bottom, I'm sure you had to either buy a phone or buy a computer. I'm pretty sure that was how it worked because I remember like when they added that I was like, oh, that's really cool because we don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, I don't know, I just like the computer and you can do a lot of things on it. It's fun. But anyway, we're doing the hallway now. We've moved on. I really was not too sure how to decorate this space. I felt like it was very awkward. It's quite large and then also it's like you can't really put much in it because it would be in the way. So I just added a clock, a chair, and like I think maybe like a little shelf. Yeah. And then I think that's about it. And then we move on and do the other little hallway which leads you to the back door. Oh, I didn't even mention this. I am so sorry. This family has a dog. I completely forgot to mention that. This family does have a dog. So just to keep that in mind. They have, I was thinking a smaller dog, because I did like a small dog bed, but yeah, they do indeed have a dog. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I completely forgot. Yeah, I had it made like a smaller dog, maybe like a border terrier or something like that. Border terriers are so cute. I feel like that would be such a cute one. But yeah, any dog. But yeah, you can see the little bed put down here. I thought that was super sweet. But yeah, we've got this little area which leads you out to the back garden. Actually, I should probably put the barbecue like on the little patio now that I'm looking at it, because I think that would make the most sense. I can't believe I forgot. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking, guys? But yeah, I really like this little space. It's really cozy. This is where I went in with the green tones. I thought they looked really, really pretty. And yeah, just kind of decorated this as I could, as I did. I don't know. I just I had a lot of inspiration from those like green couches. I was like, how can I tie this together? How do I make it flow with the rest of the house? And I really like those green those green couches. I thought they looked so nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think after this I'd move on to the bedroom. So that's the 9-year-old's bedroom. I'm really excited to show you his room. It's honestly quite basic in a way, but also I'm really happy with it. It feels very cozy. In fact, this is something I wanted to mention. So you'll see right now, we're moving on to this house. See how it's like coming up at the side with like all of these little like things, like to be like, oh, these are the swatches. Is that new? Is that part of... I don't think it's part of my mod. I feel like it's something in the game. But I'm like, is that a new thing? Like, it was really... It was like... I don't know. It kind of put me off for a minute. I was like, wait, what is happening? But then I was kind of using it as well because it was quite helpful, because I was like, I can see the swatches like so much better because they're at the side and they're bigger. But then, yeah, at the same time, I was like, this is weird. But yeah, I'm sorry if it's a little bit annoying. I wasn't sure where it came from, and then I just kind of left it there. So yeah, I don't even know if it was worth mentioning. I don't know if now that I've mentioned it you notice it, but I feel like you would have noticed it anyway. But anyway, yeah. Let me know, where's that from, and do you use it? Do you turn it off? I've never seen it before, so I was very confused. But anyway, just thought I'd mention it. Here you can see I had installed my tool mod again, which is why I'm thinking it might be a mod. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But yeah, I used the tool mod to lift up those little discs. I thought they looked so cute. We've got a school bag. We've just got lots of things that you would have for like a typical primary school student. And I really like it. I love the use of reds that I have. I just think it came together, very nicely, very quickly, and I was just really happy with it. By the way, that little horse is a piggy bank. I mean, I feel like it's so obvious. It's got a slit in its back and it also has a money sign on it, but I never even realized, and I was like, that's the cutest thing. So I decided to include that. I think your Sims possibly might actually be able to use it, I think, which is really cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, this room, it's super simple, as you can probably tell, but I was just so happy with it. I thought it came together so nicely, and I thought that it just blended together really well, and I was just so happy with it. I love the rocket ship, like the cardboard rocket ship. I love that so much. I even added like this to the end of the bed. I thought it maybe looked like a pile of washing. And you know what kids are like. Not even just kids. Me too. Like, I don't like putting washing away either. Okay, now we have moved on to the top floor, and I was having such an issue with this like roofing piece. Now, for one of the sides, I just added a cupboard, like a closet, because it got rid of that weird line in the wall that you can see here. But honestly, for this side, I really didn't know what to do. Off camera, I tried like several times to try and get rid of it, but it just wasn't really working. So that is just something to keep in mind. I don't even know if it's like a big deal, but you know, that way I was looking at it and I was like, oh, it's really bothering me. It's probably something you could cover up, or you could get rid of somehow. I just wasn't too sure. I know that if I changed the trim, like, it would have been fine, but I really like that trim and I thought it looked so nice and I didn't want to change it. So yeah, I'm hoping it's not too big of an issue, but it's just something that I thought I'd mention because yeah, I kind of noticed it and it was a little bit annoying. But yeah, it didn't bother me like too much. It was just kind of in the way, kind of annoying, but we move. Now, we do have a piano in this house. I've not added a piano to a house a very long time. I used to always include them. Well, to be fair, I've not done a house in a very long time. So I think that's more the reason. Like a family house, a cozy family home, not done one in a very long time. So yeah, I was really happy with the piano. I also added a record player. I thought that was very nice. Now, to the right, that's where the mum's bedroom is, and to the left is where the gran and granddad's bedroom is. And the gran and granddad's bedroom is bigger because it's their house, so I'm like, they get the big bedroom, obviously. And I feel like the son actually might have the mum's like old bedroom, so I think that he's possibly like renovated it, but that used to be her bedroom, and I think that her older sister had the top bedroom, like the bedroom that she's in. I think that was her older sister's, but her older sister does not live here anymore. She lives with her like family and like her husband and things. So yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cute. Like, I just imagined that that's possibly why they had the 3 bedrooms in the first place. But anyway, we are moving on to the grandparents' bedroom. So I included a vanity in here, not something I normally do, but honestly, I thought it looked so cute. And I can imagine that the gran like gets ready in here and like I feel like she's very into jewellery and makeup and things like that. My gran was very into her jewellery, like such a jewellery gal, so it kind of reminded me of her. But yeah, I thought that that was pretty sweet. And then there just ends up being like a little chair in here. There's also a little table. There's an ottoman. I essentially just kind of filled it up with things because I wasn't too sure on what to do with the space. I thought about doing a desk, but I was like, we have a desk downstairs. And I also end up adding a desk to the mum's room, so I was like, we don't need another desk. Like, we got enough. And also because there's a vanity in here, I was like, I feel like it'd be a bit much to have a vanity and a desk. So yeah, that's and that's just what I ended up doing. You also might be able to tell, but I've went for more like light tones in this room. Like, this is following a very light wood theme. Now, I know some people hate mixing wood tones, and I'm sorry to those people. I personally really enjoy it. Like, I think it's fun and kind of realistic because in my house, like, a lot of the wood tones don't completely match. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it brings a little bit of a cozy, homely vibe, but yeah, I understand some people don't like it, so if that is the case, feel free to change the swatches. I mean, literally, you can change anything you like about this build. Like, I do not mind. It's your build. It's my build, but like, if you're playing in it, it's your build. You know, you can do whatever you want. Like, it does not bother me. But yeah, went for these very light tones. I thought they looked very sweet and they still felt very cozy. I do feel like your darker woods feel cozier, but I don't know. I feel like this brought across like the gran and granddad's very happy, light nature, and I just loved it. But yeah, I'm just adding a lot of clutter. What I tend to do with like parents' bedrooms, because I struggle with them a lot, I tend to fill them up with things that I'm like, okay, this is the basic furniture, and I get all that set out. And then I go in with clutter and start figuring out like where I can put things. And that kind of helps because I I just struggle a little bit doing bedrooms that aren't for children. I think that doing children's and teens rooms are so easy. Like, you can just fill them up with posters and like different little gadgets and gizmos and things like that. But when it comes to like parents, it's a little bit harder. I mean, parents are allowed to have like nerdy rooms as well. Like, let's be honest. But I don't know if you're doing like your kind of traditional, just like mum and dad or whatever, I feel like it can be a little bit tricky. So yeah, I always struggle a little bit, but I think that this turned out pretty nice and very open. It gives me a very coastal vibe for some reason. Maybe just the colours I've used, and like that chair is a little bit coastal with that like blue. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I probably should have made the chair green because like everything else is green. Yeah. Oh, here's me like trying to make this a brick wall for so long and then deciding, nah, I don't want to do that. I did at first, I was like, I'm gonna make this an accent wall, but it just didn't look right. So yeah, ended up just leaving it and keeping it as is, which I think looks alright. But yeah, what are you guys thinking about autumn builds coming, about like autumn themed things? Because let me tell you, this is just the start. I'm in the full swing of the autumn now. Of course, there's going to be other builds coming out as well. It's not just going to be autumn, but yeah, I'm definitely in that vibe. I feel like a lot of other summers are too, because I have been like binge watching um just Sims builds recently. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like in that mood. Although I feel like some people are still in that summer kind of vibe and they're like, nah, like let's get the summer builds, which is completely fair because it is technically summer. It is technically summer, right? I'm pretty sure September is summer. I'm gonna look it up just to double check. Let's fact check this. I'm pretty sure. What season is September in the UK? Because obviously it differs. Oh, so apparently September does count as autumn. I had no idea. That's crazy. I think, as I was saying before, because we get a lot of like sunnier days between August and September, I just always assumed that it was part of summer, but it's not. That's crazy. Sorry for my misinformation, but yeah, okay. So it is okay. It's officially autumn. I feel like I should have known that, being an autumn girly, but clearly every day's a school day. But anyway, we have moved on to the mum's bedroom. I have spoken through most of it, so I'm so sorry about that. But her room is so beyond cute. She has just got so much stuff. It is so cozy. I love the bed that I used. I believe that's from Businesses and Hobbies. Obsessed with it. I just love this room as a whole. This is like I think, is this my favourite bedroom? I really like the kids' room, but I just think this came together so nicely. Like, I'm so happy with it. You'll have to let me know what you think. But yeah, we have a desk in here, we've got a bookshelf, we've got the big bed. I even added this divider just as like a little decoration piece. And yeah, I just had so much fun with it. I actually was planning on putting like post-its on that post-it board, but I end up taking it away. And I think I might replace it with something, possibly. I can't remember. But yeah, I originally was gonna, but my game was being weird and I couldn't find any of the like postcards. So I was like, I'm just gonna replace it with something else. But yeah, I am so happy with how this turned out. But we are coming to the end of this video, so I do just want to say a massive thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, because as I was saying, it really does help me out, and yeah, I appreciate it so much. If you want to become a member where you get early access videos, then please feel free to click that link in my bio. But yeah, apart from that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!